Browns. Here's Carlos Santos ready to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. Here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to move the chains.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Play action. Watson. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their 1st points of the game. They'll run with the 2nd-round pick in the April draft. And this play's going nowhere, taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. The Bears call out their field goal team. This one from 52 yards away. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. On 4th down, it's Carlos Santos on for the Bears field goal. This one from 52 yards away. Santos's kick is good. And the Bears are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They bring Judy in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll get this up to about the 28. Here's a 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Watson. He'll get that into the hands of Nick Chubb. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch
that'll be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On the bootleg, it's Williams. Catch made by Smith-Schuster. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And he's going to have a Bears 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1. Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. Now a give on the ground. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal. Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. And he keeps the legs moving, able to get it down inside the 5. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, that's going to set up 4th down. Now it is 1st and goal. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. And he is going to go down. They sack him. Backed up to the 3. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. This defense back up but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3. They'll run. And he's going nowhere on this one. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it is 4th and goal.
That 3rd down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's 3rd down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score,
to the goal line and in. Rome Odunze. Touchdown, Bears. That his 1st touchdown of the new year. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears are out to a 10-0 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down. From the shotgun, here's Watson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Watson. And for the 3rd time in this 1st half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Taking off. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. Into the hands of Juju. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
And that one had too much behind it. It's into the end zone for a touchdown. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Lining off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here. His ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away. And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And they'll get him down up around the 15-yard line.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle four. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Throw it again. It's Williams. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Here's Williams. That is caught downfield by Odunze. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 76 yards. Touchdown, Chicago. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears move further out in front. It is now 17-0. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. On first down, Watson, the pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
In what's been a pretty one-sided affair from the opening whistle, it just seems like it continues to get worse. This defense, they know they have them on the edge, and they continue to rush the quarterback the way they are. I'm not sure what this offense can do come the second half.
They bring Judy in motion. Now, here's Watson. And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. It's the veteran safety, Kevin Byard.
They'll take over at first and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Set to go now on first and 10. Throwing is Williams. And that ball incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This from 45 yards away. Oh, look at this. It's a fake. This will be caught. And he's going to get into the end zone. What a call. The fake works to perfection 4-6.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half.
Justin Hopkins to kick off for the Browns.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple. Here's a 2nd and 12. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. The Bears send out their punt team as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Now it's Watson. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down. To throw, it's Williams. Taking a shot for Smith-Schuster. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. Williams. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. 3rd and goal. Let's go. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears will extend their third quarter lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
First and 10. They'll run it to the right here with Jacobs. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Montez Sweat there on the tackle. Second down and 8. Now Watson. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Njoku. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
54 is down, he's coming. Get set.
Shotgun snap to Watson. Looking deep here for Tillman. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyreek Stevenson. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 6.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Browns have it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet. But then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
And that'll be incomplete on what turned. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They snap it to Watson. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Here's 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground, and he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now they'll pitch it out here, and that is going nowhere fast. Disastrous play, a big loss.
You have to appreciate the effort. The guy's given everything he has to try to make something out of nothing, but understand sometimes you just have to live to survive another down and not take a big loss.
3rd and long. Here's Williams now to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like, living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Whoa! Oh, no fair catch, and he pays the price. Big shot to make sure this return didn't even get started.
Set.
Now 1st down throw for Watson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Set.
Out of the gun, Watson. A dive and a catch. Incredible. A gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Cleveland.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Set. At 59.
From the shotgun, here's Watson. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Set.
Again, it's Watson. Open man, and that's Tillman. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical. Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
And he'll be stopped short of a first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
3rd and 2, and it's Watson. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
No, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play. Well, after being stopped for no gain on first down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question. 2nd and goal from the 2, what do? I like throwing it. I don't like waiting till 3rd down to air the ball out. So if they want to take a shot at the end zone, I think it's got to be here on 2nd and goal.
Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stopped him short. No gain. They have been stuffed twice. What will they do here on 3rd down and goal? He slams it in there, and he is in. Nick Chubb, touchdown Browns. Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Browns are able to edge a bit closer.
Round 7. Dustin Hopkins to kick off for the Browns.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Here's Williams. He's going to uncork one. Looking for Wicks.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
That is hard. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big-time. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. He's going to look downfield once again. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down. They'll turn and hand this one off. And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7, sets up 3rd and 3. A play fake. Now Williams. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That's incomplete. Derek Hall on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down.
Set.
On 1st and 10, here's Watson. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Reset.
Back to throw is Watson. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
At 59.
1st and 10 now from the 36.
That's good. For
Watson. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here. 1st and 10.
Reset.
Throwing again is Watson. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Reset.
Watson to throw again. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. To the air again. Watson. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Reset. At 55. Down.
Throwing is Watson. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Again, working deep downfield. He's got it! And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
When he continues to play at this level, Mike, it just makes this team so hard to beat. It's the combination of leading both long